One day, I think I'm gonna buy a suit this color and show up here to Lagos.
Greetings to my dearest family. Welcome again to Direct TV, bringing to you the truth with Brother Joshua. And right into today's video, guys, I'm here with the man of God, Rev.Tom Chris, and Pastor Hinn with Apostle Suleman. And I want to start with the video from Pastor Hinn, where he shared some things about Pastor Chris's suit. Then concerning what Pastor Chris is going to be sharing, I've posted this video before. I think I've shared it twice, but it was actually an audio clip. So this is actually the video where he spoke about it. And I mean, when you are watching the video, you get more of the attention when he was saying things about Reverend Tom. So let's watch this, guys. And before we dive into the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.
Father-son relationship.
I want you all to know I love this man. And doesn't he look marvelous?
Yes, he does.
One day, I think I'm gonna buy a suit this color and show up here to Lagos and stand right next to you with that suit on. Let's tell the Lord how much we love him.
Alright, my dearest family, there you have it with the man of God, Dr. Chris. And I want us to watch the next part of the video where Apostle Suleman is going to be discussing some, vital information, where he shared some thoughts about, the Archbishop Benson Idahosa. So let's watch this. I mean, you're going to be so blessed. And then I have some things to mention in the last part of the video. Alright, I did mention in my 2 videos today, and I'd like to speak about it again. So make sure to stay tuned till the end. But watch this, I'll be right back.
We have left our Christian virtues. That's why there's no more power. I grew up under the bracket of a man called Benson Idahosa. Maybe I've heard of Benson Idahosa before. That was where I grew up. We saw power, but he was the most unconventional preacher. Those who are now attacking pastors, if Benson Idahosa was around today, they would have attacked him. I've been in a service where Papa told us that everybody should leave the church empty. Even your transport fare home, drop it, trek home. He has given some instructions that are very unconventional, but in his days we saw power. I remember one time they sent somebody, the president of our country, a young president, a military president. He sent somebody to bring down the church building of Benson Idahosa. Benson Idahosa said, nobody can bring down my church building. The man who entered the bulldozer to bring down the church building, as he climbed the bulldozer, they brought him out of the bulldozer paralyzed. They brought him out paralyzed. They put in the second one paralyzed, the third one paralyzed. So the president of the country said, a young president, military president, he said, what nonsense, they are going paralyzed. He said, I'm coming to Benin, I will climb that tractor, we'll bring down that building on Thursday. And Benson Idahosa said, that is if you get to Thursday. He died on Tuesday. Bishop was in a land that they gave to his church and was inspecting it, and a man came. He said, this land was given to you? He said, yes. And the man said, over my dead body will you build the place? Our bishop said, may God answer your prayer. The man died. No power today because the church is divided. This is against that, that is against that. I want to give you a counsel as a minister of God or a minister's wife. Focus on your assignment. Be too focused to notice what anyone else is doing. When people start talking about other people, it means they are losing focus. Don't be focused on what anybody is doing or anybody is saying. The assignment on your life is too huge. Do not delve into other people's assignment. If someone is deviating from the Lord, it is his own bone to swallow. It's his business with God. You make sure, don't start deviating because someone else is deviating. Focus on the assignment. We need a restoration of apostolic power. Listen, money can't buy impartation. Money cannot buy impartations. Impartations are the major keys, the breaking point of every minister. The turnaround in any minister's life is traceable to the day of his impartation. I was in Nairobi, Kenya some time ago. Our ministry prior to that time had seen so much of the grace of God, but there was one aspect I was believing God for, because of the way we are growing so fast, was in the area of finances. I give, but I was believing God for a level of financial outpour, because we're growing. Churches were springing up faster than we can ever catch up with. Faster. In fact, some churches will start up in some nations that we are not aware. It was growing so fast, so we needed finances. So I was just talking to the Lord about it. Father, Lord, bring in more finances. And the Lord said, you need impartation. I was in Nairobi, Kenya, and when I got to Nairobi, Kenya, my children there put me in a hotel, and they whispered to me that Bishop David Oyekhilome just left this room. He stayed in this place. I said, I'm not seeing. I told them, I said, I'm not seeing any of you today. Don't come here. All of you go. When they left, I lay down on that bed for 18 hours. I said, Father, this man carries a financial grace. Anything that has worked for him, work for me. I began to pray and pray and pray and pray and pray. I can trace our financial turnaround to that encounter. Pastor Benny came to Nigeria some years ago, Pastor Benny Hinn, and I was told he was in a certain location. I went there. I said to his protocol, I said, I want to see Pastor Benny Hinn. They said, sorry, you can't see him. We need to put you on appointment and the rest. I said, if you know what I brought, you will let me see him. They said, you can't see him. So I showed them what I brought. They said, come upstairs. So I came upstairs and I saw Pastor Benny Hinn. And I said, the Lord said I should drop this with you. He said, what? This is quite a lot. I said, I want one thing: consistency. 50 years of ministry, consistency. You must identify what you are looking for. I wasn't looking for the anointing. No, consistency. There are many who have been anointed. After 5 years, they disappear. After 20 years, we don't hear of them again. It's a consistency. I was privileged to meet with Dr. Mike Murdoch, and I said, I'm sowing this for an impartation of wisdom. You must identify what you are looking for. And there are people who have met with me and they identify the prophetic.
There you have it, my beautiful family. So I trust you are blessed by some of those things shared by Apostle Tom Suleman. But I need to state this again. In my first 2 videos today, I did talk about the virtual church that I wanted as many of you that want to participate should also do so. Now, this is how this virtual church is going to help you. Like I said in my previous video, it is a way you can also get to listen to the messages of the man of God, Pastor Chris, and also get to learn about things in the Bible. You have Bible study through this virtual church. I mean, there's a lot of testimonies. I've been here, so bringing it to you is because I've been blessed, and the engagement there is superb. So kindly, I'm going to be dropping the link in the comment section so that I can join the WhatsApp group. So in case you are interested, so do well to join for those that are interested. And I would love to see my next video. And for those of you coming new to my channel, hit the subscribe button, subscribe like today's video, guys. See you in my next video. Bye.